So today we are joined by Jordan, who's the owner and operator of EvolutionWake Park. And I'm super excited about this session, particularly because I found out about this wake park last summer and I couldn't believe it was only about like a 15-minute, 20-minute drive from Algonquin College. So now I'd just like to pass it over to Jordan to introduce himself and tell us a little bit about EvolutionWake Park.
Yes, good morning, and thanks, Michelle. Thanks for the introduction. So like she said, my name is Jordan Sien. I'm one of the owners and operators of EvolutionWake Park here. So it's a new business to the Ottawa area. We opened in 2017, but we have a long lifetime history in wakeboarding. So I started wakeboarding as a child for a fun pastime activity in the summer, and then got a little bit more involved, whether that was from my competing professionally to judging to traveling and wakeboarding and teaching. So all of our endeavors over the last 15-20 years has sort of led us to the opening of the first cable park here in the city. So that's where we're broadcasting from live. Here is our on-site location here at EvolutionWake Park. So we are located in Carp. So it's, for those of you not familiar, it's one highway exit past Canada. So really not far from Algonquin if you guys are in the square. It's, maybe 15-20 minutes, easy drive down the highway. But you have this beautiful, beautiful, picturesque lake here where we do our operations. So we have a beautiful beach. Here's our Wakeboard Tower. So I'm sure most of you are real familiar with water sports and getting towed by a boat. But here we actually don't use a boat. It's all cable driven. So we use the overhead cable system to pull all of the water sports. And yeah, we teach and focus on wakeboarding. So might be a little bit hard to see it, but in the course we have a few different jumps for all ages and skill levels. So we teach people how to wakeboard that have never done it before, and we teach people all the way up to sort of advanced riders that are competing and looking to pursue wakeboarding a little bit more seriously. So yeah, it's a little bit about us. Any questions off the top of your head, Michelle? What can we get into first?
Can you water ski behind the cable rope park or cable rope?
Yeah, so the nice thing about these cable systems is you can pull any sort of water sport. So any towed sport that you can do behind a boat, whether that's tubing, kneeboarding, water skiing, slalom, you can do here on the cable park. So that's what's really nice. So we get some riders that come and looking to learn how to ski, even some slalom riders as well. So the cable is really great in that it's really versatile. So somebody will actually sit on shore and drive the cable system just like you would a boat. So we can control the speed and the direction of the cable. So for those looking to pick up new water sports or improve their skills, this is a great spot to come and learn.
Awesome. And do you have rental? Like, do you need to bring your own equipment or do you have rentals there?
Yes, that's a great question. So part of our program is we tried to basically provide a real premium service to the clients where it's just a one-stop shop. So for those looking to try it or to improve, we have all the equipment that's required. So really all users have to do is show up with their swimwear. So just anything that you would need for a day at the beach, and we have everything else covered. Now, the one thing is, because we're wakeboard focused, we don't really carry an inventory of skis, but we have wakeboards, helmets, life jackets for all sizes and ages.
And then what about for like if parents maybe have kids who want to go, and then can the parents just hang out at the beach and like maybe go swimming, or like for someone who doesn't necessarily want to try wakeboarding or water skiing?
Yeah, so it's a real beautiful property. So we do have many different activities for spectators or for fans on the beach. This year with the whole situation around the pandemic, it's a little bit more restricted. It's a little bit more of an in and out service, but we do provide more time for the bookings. So if we were to have a family that would come by, there is some swimming activities. We have paddle boarding on site. We even have a skateboard mini ramp that we built for the kids and for other people that are looking to have some fun rolling around. So lots of stuff to do here on site, and on a hot, beautiful day, it's a great spot to be.
Yeah, I remember so I went last year for, I don't know if it was an anniversary party or it was, there was some kind of party, and we had a barbecue and there were families. Like, it was, because you can buy a membership pass too, right? So all the members were there, and
yeah, we have a lot of different programs. So we have packages that are tailored to people that have never done it before. They like to try the experience once. And we have family packages where you can rent the cable with either a group of friends or your family by the hour. And we also have monthly and season passes, very similar to kind of what a local ski hill would do, where you buy one pass for the season and you can come as you please all the way throughout. So that's the fun part. And we usually try to do a couple fun events throughout the season where we give back to our, supporters. So whether that's, we usually do an anniversary party, but last year we also did Ottawa's first ever wakeboard competition. So that was really exciting.
Cool. And do you have like, is it a wide range of people who come? So like from out of town to your wake park, and then you can go and watch like these like professional wakeboarders, or like, is it?
Yeah, so definitely being in the capital of Canada, we're close to a lot of the riders. Next province over in Quebec, as well. Some of the really good riders in the GTA. So for some of our events, we've had some pro athletes come by, which has been nice. So in our different events, we kind of pull a different group of riders. For our competition, we had riders traveling in from throughout Ontario. No riders in Quebec. But yeah, we've had some traveling this year because there's not too many cable parks open right now in Montreal area. So we've had some real good riders, and even people that are just trying to learn from the Montreal area coming out to learn. So it's really fun. Any sort of 2-tower cable system like this, it's a really good environment to learn and improve your skills on. It's extremely user friendly, and it's a great spot to learn. It's a super efficient system. So for those that have never done it before, it's really great at learning. You're going to really see a great learning curve. It's going to be quick and easy to pick up. And then, for riders that are professional level athletes, they can come here and work on video parts, try to improve or learn new skills. It's really great.
Yeah. It's awesome. So just personally, like when I went midsummer last summer, I think it was in August when I first found out about it, and the wake park, and I had never gone on a cable or been in a cable park before. I've wakeboarded behind a boat and mostly water skiing behind a boat. And yeah, it was so much fun. Like I think I got it my second or third try, and there were little kids, like I don't even know, maybe like 6 years old behind doing it. It was so neat. And Jordan, we actually just have a question from Mona asking about birthday parties. So do you do like birthday parties or corporate events?
Yeah, so obviously, this year things are a little bit different with the recent pandemic, but yeah, on normal operating years, we do all sorts of different events. So birthday parties, corporate events, so we do have a few local businesses that'll come out, rent by the hour. We've even had some bachelorette parties. So it's just such a beautiful property, and there's so many fun activities to be had here that it really makes, the afternoon fly by, and it gives something to everybody as well to enjoy, because, although myself and our friends really love wakeboarding, not necessarily the top pick for some people. So that's why we tried to bring in some other amenities with the skateboard ramp, some of the beach activities, even the paddle boarding. So if people wanted to just go for a swim or go paddle boarding, there's options and there's stuff to do.
Awesome. And so I know you've mentioned a few times that you've changed your business a little bit just with sessions, like leaving time between each. But are you open right now? Like if someone were to come tonight, like how does booking work?
Yes. So fortunately for ourselves, the type of business we operate here, we've been able to open as early as the first phase, May 19th of the reopenings. And now we'll be able to start providing our kids summer camp as part of the phase 2, starting next week on Monday. But yeah, so normally everything is by appointment only. We just want to make sure that everybody has time to come and enjoy the property and get their wakeboarding in. So even before this summer, everything was by reservation only. That way, so that when you show up on site, you're guaranteed your time on the cable, and there's no worry about waiting in line. You have that peace of mind that you show up and you have a spot reserved. So we do try to push that just to keep everything coordinated and organized, just because we don't want somebody to travel in with the hopes of riding and there not being space. So with this year, some of the new features with around the pandemic is, we're just giving a little bit more space and time for each booking, and just keeping the same, the sanitary protocols issued by the government. So it's really nice here. it's a somewhat low risk activity just because it's only one person at a time on the cable. And by giving more space for the bookings, we're able to properly sanitize and clean all of the equipment. So if you are renting, you have that peace of mind that everything is cleaned in between riders, and everything's good and safe. So it's really nice too, because if you do want to hang out for a little bit after your session, there is a little bit of that time to hang out.
Cool. And how do you book? Is it just on the website or?
Yeah, so we have a few different platforms that you can go and book from. So everything is contacted through us directly. So you can reach out to us via Facebook, our Instagram, our website. You can even email or text or call. So we try to keep things as flexible and available to everybody as we can. So, there's many different options. So yeah, you can just call us, get your session booked, and come on out and have some fun.
Sorry?
Yeah, I think I saw a question about the cable versus the boat. I didn't have a chance to read the whole question.
Yeah. So it's from Mark. How does being pulled by the cable feel compared to a boat? What speed does the cable move at?
Yeah, so the nice thing is that it's an electronic motor that runs the cable system. So we do have quite a bit of settings that we can play with and tweak. Right now, we do have the cable set to about 19 miles an hour top speed. So for those that have boat riding background, one of the biggest differences they're probably going to find is the overall speed. It's going to be a little bit slower than a boat, but that's what's really nice is it makes it a little bit easier if you crash. You're not going as fast. Probably the biggest change is just the way the cable runs. So I'll point up here to give you guys an idea. So this behind me is the actual cable system tower. So we have two towers, one on this side where we drive from, and then the other all the way at the other side. So you can kind of see the overhead cable system. And so the big difference for boat riders is the cable right now is about 25 feet above the water, and it's a shorter rope compared to what you'd ride behind the boat. So you have this little bit of sensation that you're getting pulled and held up on top of the water, whereas sometimes on the boat, depending on where the rope is connected and the angle and the length of the line, there's a little more of a sensation that you're being pulled through the water. So that's one of the contributing factors that makes it such a great spot to learn how to do any of your towed water sports. Is the cable really helps pull you up and out of the water, and it almost gives you that feeling of you're being held up once you're actually riding. So those are a few of the big differences behind a boat, but the nice thing is the skills remain the same. So if you have water skied behind a boat or you've wakeboarded, you have that confidence knowing that you'll be able to come here and pick it up pretty quick. There is a couple little minor changes with the equipment, but overall the technique getting up out of the water and riding remains the same.
Well, thank you. Now, Bonnie had a question. She says, I've seen people stand up and kneel on wakeboards. How does one decide which to do?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different types of towed water sport equipment. So for example, there's like the kneeboarding sport, right? Then you have your wakeboarding, you have your water ski, and then some companies have actually made for as an entry level piece for really young children. They make these sort of multi-use platforms that you can kind of grip and hold. You can kneel on, you can stand, that are really versatile. Here, like we mentioned earlier, we really focus on wakeboarding. So for those that have never done before, we jump right into it. You don't necessarily have to have any previous experience or prerequisites to have to satisfy. For all new riders, we go through. We have an online tutorial that we go through. So we do a safety briefing, and then we also talk about the correct techniques, and we do a few exercises on shore as well. So we practice a few things, and then once you're kind of comfortable with the technique and the muscle movements, that's when we can go to the dock and try wakeboarding for real.
Well, and did you say like age range? Like I know it's anyone can do it, but do you have to be like a certain age to wakeboard?
There's not necessarily an age or a height or size restriction. It's really just the person's overall comfort with the activity itself. So, because we are in water, it helps to be like, confident in the water. Everybody is wearing life jackets, so there's no safety there, like no safety concerns there. But previous experience is gonna help. But we get people that have come out that not amazing swimmers, have never boarded before, and they get it. But with that, we've started training kids as young as 3 years old. And just the other day, we had a father come through with his son and his son-in-law, and he was 70, and so he had done the cable as well. So that's the really nice thing about these 2-tower cable parks, is they're extremely versatile and so user-friendly. So you can really accommodate a huge range of ages, but as well skill levels and experience of riders.
Right. And even the jumps, like you have they vary height and different spots.
Yeah, so depending on the camera, you might be able to see some of them, but part of the fun about building the park was building jumps and features for everybody. So we've designed a course that we believe those that have never wakeboarded before can have fun on, but some of our more advanced riders that are pass holders, they can come out and have some fun as well. So we've got really small jumps for the kiddos and for those looking to learn. We also have some big jumps that you can really fly off of.
Awesome. Thanks, Jordan. So if we don't have any more questions, I'm wondering if you'd be okay to do a little demo. It's going to be hard for us to see, but at least just the how the cable works, if that's.
Yeah, we can definitely go for a little demo. We can turn on all the power and get going. That's one of the interesting things about the site here. So we are completely off grid. So we do use a generator to power the system, but it's really neat because it's an electronic cable system. So you're going to see how it kind of goes. So you might hear a little bit of the sound kick up. That might be the generator in the background that actually powers the cable system. But yeah, I'll go for a little demo and see if we can give you guys an idea how it works. Now, where I'm going to be starting from, this is a little bit more of an advanced starting point. So just like any public swimming pool, they have different diving platforms and different heights. We have that here as well. So we have docks that are very low to the water and docks that are a little bit higher up. So for kids and those that have never done it before, we have a great starting point to get into the water. And for those that used to compete professionally or maybe a little bit more advanced, we have sort of that ski hill double black diamond run into the water. So that's where you'll be seeing me from today. I'll do a couple laps down the course. I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see too much when we're actually riding, just because of the limitation of the camera. But if you guys are curious to see a little bit more and how the cable works, you can definitely check out our Instagram, our Facebook. We try to keep those social medias updated with, all sorts of cool, fun videos and pictures. So everything is just EvolutionWake Park. So you can check us out on those platforms, and the website is just evolutionwakepark.ca. So
Awesome. Thanks. So I've just added the website and your Instagram. Sorry, I'm in the screen porch, the birds. I've just added the website to the chat for everyone.
Yep.
And I'm going to stay on for you to finish like the whole session. But if people just want to watch Jordan do a lap and then sign off, that's totally fine. But yeah, I'll be here so for when you finish.
Yeah, maybe I could pass the phone to my friend Andrew and he can get a real cool view of the start. So I think I can flip the camera, right? And he should be able to record from there. So here's our friend Andrew. He's one of the many familiar fun faces of Evolution. And we got Heavenly in the background. So I'm gonna start putting my gear on. I'm gonna take my earbuds off and my phone and my sunglasses, and I'll pass the phone.
Awesome, thanks, Jordan.
And I guess as well, if you guys have questions, Andrew can probably host those for you. So I'm gonna actually throw him in the hot light here and get the earbuds on him. And if you guys have any questions throughout, he can answer those for you, and he'll do some recording.
Thank you.
There we go. Thank you, sir.
How's it going, everyone?
Hi, Andrew.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
So the dock is below? Would you be able to?
Yes. So generally speaking, like Jordan said, this is kind of where the odd advanced person will start. But there's a higher dock here, and then there's a lower dock as well down here where the beginners kind of start. Right, here we go. And you can kind of start like this, or you can start in the water, or with your feet in the water and sitting on the dock.
Awesome.
But it's and there he goes.
And there's a mix of jumps and rails, right?
Yeah, so kind of picture it as like a snowboard park, but or a ski park in water.
Mm-hmm.
So all the features Jordan built himself with the help of many of the regulars here at the park, and it's a mix of and it's a mix of plastic and wood. So the feature he just hit there, a lot of the rails are made out of the PVC decking boards that you would see on, it's called Trex. If you're familiar with it, a lot of people are building their decks out of it. It's super slippery and slidey.
And would one session be like how many laps? So he's going there, like across the lake and then back.
Yep. So that was a scarecrow. So basically, they base it on time. So generally speaking, your timing in the water for one session is 12 minutes. Now, that's a really long time if you're going back and forth. Like, you're pretty tired by the end of it, speaking from experience. So that's the general time, and then there's other options. You can also rent the cable for an hour, and you can also for like a group of people. There he goes. He's all done. So that was just a quick one, but most of the lessons too are a little bit longer, and now with COVID too, we're spreading things out a little bit more, so you have a bit more time. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, thank you, Andrew, and thank you, Jordan. Does anyone have any?
Jordan's gonna jump on here again and finish it off for you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Andrew. All right. Woo!
Thanks, Jordan. That was awesome. You were getting some thumbs up and in the comments. That is so cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Awesome. I was a little nervous. I was glad I didn't fall on my face there, but
Yeah.
that's one of the nice pieces about the cable is because somebody sits on shore and drives, if you do happen to fall, you're able to just reset up in the water, and just like a boat, the cable will pull you back out of the water. So, I'm a little out of breath here. But yeah, that's the nice thing is like you fall, you get right back up and you try again, right? So I think if there's no more questions, I think we can call it a day and get everybody back to their lovely afternoon. But
yeah, awesome.
Check us out.
Yeah,
EvolutionWake Park.
I'll repost it. Thank you so much for the demo. And we did record this session, so if anyone wants to show a family or friends, it'll be on the AC Always Connected website. It's just at Algonquin College Student Support Services. And our next event is we have a Jason Blaine concert. So that's starting at 11:45. And I'll add that YouTube link to the chat as well. But just want to say thank you so much, Jordan. Thank you, everyone, for joining and tuning in. And we'll see you at the next one.
Thanks for having me, everyone. And have a great rest of your day. And happy Canada Day tomorrow.
Thanks, Jordan.
Bye, everyone.